yeah, I'm just really frustrated. Guten Morgen. I am indulging in some coffee because, surprise, surprise, I am not pregnant. And to be honest, I'm pretty frustrated about it because, like I said, I went through all those symptoms and I feel like I'm crazy. Was it psychosomatic, or is there just, hormonally something different about being postpartum that makes things feel different? Like, I don't even have cramps. Nothing that would indicate that it was going to start, but it did. I think I'm just going to have to get used to the idea that my cycles are going to feel different after giving birth, and I'm just really not going to know what it's going to feel like to be pregnant until it happens again. Last night when it started, I felt like immediately sad and frustrated, and even a little bit like just completely distraught, because I was so sure that we covered all our bases. I know he went on his business trip for 4 days, like right in the middle of my fertile window, so maybe that has something to do with it, but I really just felt like for sure like we had everything covered, but apparently we didn't. And that's the thing about like grade school, middle school, high school education when it comes to like sex education and reproductive education. They act like if you eat off the same fork or use the same toilet as a man, you're gonna get pregnant. They don't tell you that you can do the deed for a week straight and not get pregnant. They don't tell you that the stars have to align for it to work. They don't tell you that there's like a large percentage of people that just don't get pregnant the first time or the second time, or even within a year. They don't tell you that, and it's extremely frustrating. And I feel like if I had known that before getting to my mid-30s, I probably would have started sooner. I mean, divine timing and everything, but I don't know. I'm just really like, when my period started, it made me feel like I'm never gonna have children. I'm never gonna have a family. So I went and I have like this Facebook Messenger group of women who all lost their babies around the same time as I did, from our stillbirth and infant loss group. And I was messaging them my frustrations, and one of them was like, here, get these ovulation test strips. So I ordered those last night because I'm really not down to screw around with timing anymore. I know like plenty of women get pregnant in their late 30s, plenty of women get pregnant in their 40s. Like my mom had me when she was nearly 40. It does happen and can happen, but I don't know. I have this fear that I'm never going to have a family. I'm really curious, anyone else's experience trying to conceive, like how many cycles did it take for you to finally conceive? And did you have to get the ovulation strips? Did you have to time it just right? And I'm really curious about everyone's experiences, because I really felt like, oh, this should be easy. I've gotten pregnant before. I should be able to just get pregnant again right away, but apparently that's not going to be the case. So curious what anyone else went through as far as how long, how many cycles, and I know that I'm going to be 35 in a couple of months. So if it does take much longer to conceive, I think when you're 35, they say 6 months of trying, then you can go seek medical advice. And I know, I'm like, I catastrophize everything. This is my first month ever actually trying, and it didn't work out. And I'm sitting here thinking like, I must have infertility, and you know what I mean? But yeah, there's a lot of factors that I think went into me getting pregnant with Kaya in the first place. One of those being that I was on the keto diet for a year and a half for my autoimmune inflammatory issues, and my cycles regulated so quickly. And my cycles used to be extremely painful, irregular, sometimes 46 days long, and just the worst pain you can imagine. And I realized it was because I had an intolerance to wheat and soy and carbohydrate. So once I took all of that out of my diet, my cycles got to a regular 28 to 32 days. No pain, like no PMDD. Just what I think people normally experience with their menstrual cycle. And then not only that, Kameron was also on the keto diet, and we were doing regular exercise, and we both were just like the healthiest we'd ever been in a long time. I know that before he met me, he used to eat a lot of fast food, and he didn't grow up eating like home-cooked meals several times a day, and that's what we do now, except I can't remember when he fell off the keto wagon. I know it was while I was pregnant. I stayed on it, but he really likes rice and chips and things like that. So I don't know. It's like he has a craving and then he gives into it, and then like just fully gives into it, you know? So he's been off of keto for quite some time, almost a year, I would say. So maybe, we were talking last night, and we're both gonna be back on it. Like, he's not gonna cook any rice for his meal. He's not gonna have any hash browns in his breakfast. We're just gonna really like go fully anti-inflammatory with him and I. And cook his meals so he can take them to work. And it's gonna be a lot of work, but I don't know. I just have this suspicion that when we had this super clean anti-inflammatory diet, like that's why we got pregnant. So we're both just gonna jump back on there and do our morning exercise, and we really want this so bad. We want a baby so bad. Yeah, I'm just really frustrated. We just want to grow our family so bad. What do we have going on this week? I know we have Cameron's company's holiday party on Friday, which should be a lot of fun. I'm like low-key not looking forward to it because I don't have anything to wear, and I mean, my dresses fit me, but they're just not comfortable right now because I have like an inch or two that's just a bit too tight. But I mean, they zip up, but I just don't feel comfortable. And part of me just wants to put on some leggings and a sweater and be like, whatever. Here's my crazy vitamin regimen. I usually take this amount 2 to 3 times a week, and then I just take a regular prenatal plus coenzyme Q10 and a B vitamin daily. So last night I actually just decided to make Kaya's Christmas stocking. And what I did was I traced that cat one that I got from Target, and then I just threw it together. And I was gonna put the lace on it, but I started feeling like it was looking a little too busy. So I'm probably just gonna put these little buttons on there like that. So I think that's what I'm gonna do today, is finish the cuff by top stitching it and then sewing on the little buttons. It's not gonna be like finished because I still need to find like a proper cord for it to be able to hang. But it'll be almost done. But other than that, I was cutting out some little woodland creature sleep sacks. There's this really cute, oh, so cute. And then I'm already preparing for spring. Alright, it is finished. Just need to get some kind of a cord thing here so I can hang it. Though maybe I can make one with a scrap, but it might be hard to turn out. Is it impossible? We'll see. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, it is finished and hung up. I feel like it really goes with her decoration as well. I looked at the date today on my phone, and it's exactly 5 months. I can't even believe it. 5 months since I gave birth to her. And it's so weird because sometimes it feels like it was just yesterday. And like, how could it be 5 months? And then other times it feels like it's way longer than that. I can only imagine what milestones she would be at right now. And already almost halfway grown out of everything that I bought that's in those drawers. I hate that this is my life. I really hate it. But I have to believe. I have to believe that we were sent Kaya for some higher purpose. Otherwise, I don't know what I would do. Probably bad things. I don't know, it's like a ambivalent thing, like a tug of war in my head, like between no, this is happening to make me stronger, to, you know, a higher purpose for me to, you know, fulfill some kind of a mission. And then the other part of me is like, no, fuck that. That's fucking stupid. And none of this should have happened. And it's not fucking fair. And just like accept that it's not fucking fair. So that's sort of that back and forth that I have going on in my head in moments like these. Most of the time, like when I'm doing okay and I'm not having PTSD or, you know, like a grief attack or something, I just generally feel like a sense of comfort and, you know, everything that I said before, where I'm just happy that she only experienced love and never, like, experienced being cold or alone or, you know. But yeah, right now it's just really a tug of war in my mind. I also get very bitter and resentful because I did everything right with my pregnancy. I ate super nutritious foods. I took my supplements. I got regular exercise. I didn't smoke. I didn't drink. I didn't do anything that could put her at risk. And it was, you know, a healthy pregnancy. My doctor was like bored with me. That's how like routine and normal everything was. And I feel resentful because there are people that I know that I'd witnessed them drinking alcohol at parties while pregnant. Not just once, but multiple times. And they got to bring their babies home. I know that, you know, there's some studies or whatever that's like, oh, you can have a glass of wine, but I never, like, would never dawn on me. Like, I was vehemently against doing anything like that, and I'm the one who didn't get to bring my baby home. It's so fucked. The other thing that's fucked is that they didn't find a reason. You know, pathology on her placenta and her cord was fine. I know we didn't do a autopsy or anything, so maybe we would have found something there, but my doctor said most of the time it's pretty inconclusive when you do an autopsy on an infant. But I used to be very at peace with the fact that I don't have a reason, because it's not like having a reason what's gonna bring her back or anything like that. So like, why be obsessed with, you know, finding a reason? But now that I'm trying to conceive, I'm starting to be like, what if there's something we didn't see? What if there's a stone we left unturned, you know? What if it happens again? I'm like, should I go, you know, get my uterus looked at? Like, what do I do? They did everything. They tested me for everything. Everything came back normal. I don't know. And he says it's like a, you know, 1% chance that it could happen to me again. But it's also a 1% chance to have a stillbirth. Honestly, I'm pretty emotionally just, I don't know, I feel like I'm being wrung out like a sponge, you know? So I'm probably just gonna cut this vlog very, very short, and I'm just really disappointed. I just really want to allow myself to grieve for a little while. So I'll probably pick up vlogging again in a few days.